And so hating evil, which is required for wisdom and apparently required for worship, for singing and for the fear of the Lord and walking that way. So that sounds like being pretty clear and even aggressive
Hmm.
in pointing it out and fighting it.
Right. Right.
And I'm not sure how many Christians are good at fighting without fussing,
Hmm.
are good at being clear without sneering.
Hmm.
I mean, there is a kind of laughing that the Lord does against the wicked who think that they can accomplish their purposes, or that God is not even paying attention. There is a kind of laughing, but even that kind of laughing is not a sneering
Hmm.
and it's not from the sidelines.
Right.
So, as we're trying to think about and then even try to disciple our kids, try to disciple our grandkids, try to encourage and build up the flock, to be clear and to be combative in the right way without just being satisfied being critical. And maybe that's where if there's no building that's taking place alongside of the battling,
Hmm. Right.
if there's no community, of people who are you're connected with these people. So it's
Right.
clear that you're fighting with them, you're
Hmm.
fighting for them on their behalf as opposed to, everybody is an idiot.
Right.
No, nobody gets it. But yeah, it is I don't know, not something that Christians have apparently learned to do very well. And you'd
Right.
think after 2,000 years we would be better at it,
Hmm.
like collectively.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So even our little flock in Marysville, we're working hard to build up the right muscles in the right places. And in a lot of cases, even for us, we are trying to wake up muscles that have been relatively dormant. And the examples that we see mostly online, I think, are largely either just rabid examples of rage, in the name of conservative things,
Hmm.
or quiet people.
Right. Right. Yeah. Well, even your point about hatred, to hate evil. Yeah, I think, for hate to be immature, whether it's immature because it's weak, it's not strong as it should be, or it's immature because it's fussy, it's weak in that way. And then kind of the flip side of that is to love good, to love what is true and good and beautiful. And so both of those things, weak love and weak hatred, directed towards the right objects, the proper appropriate objects, is a type of complacency, like what you mentioned before. It's because we don't care enough. We don't care enough about the true, good, and beautiful in order to love it strongly and deeply. We don't care enough about the true, good, and beautiful in order to hate when those things are perverted and twisted and despised. We don't care enough about those things, and so to be able to cultivate the right kind of care, again, but care for what is good, not just to care to hate, right? So what we hate is when good is maligned. What we hate is when good is twisted. And even again, coming back to Charlie Kirk, he did have a very positive vision. His whole Turning Point USA was his approach, his vision foundation kind of purpose there was not about, destroying communists or, throwing down the Democrats or whatever that is. He was promoting a love for America as a nation. He says kind of the top three things that he was getting out there is that America is the greatest nation on earth, the Constitution is the greatest document, ever written, or whatever the greatest governing document, and free market economics is the greatest system, right? So he is promoting this positive vision. He really loves these things, and that's what keeps coming out of it. And I think even that approach of fighting without being fussy is when our focus, when our what's driving us is the thing that we love, as opposed to being driven by a negative message or just the thing that we hate.